right, welcome back, grade 10s. This morning we jumped into a lesson on sustainability, and I want to give you some big picture relevance here. Beyond the obvious, the need to have a livable biosphere. So we do have an essay coming up on the final exam in about 3 weeks. And in that essay, you're exploring the same essay topic as before, but there's an added twist at the end. And the added twist at the end is in the spirit of this source that we see on the board today. So the added twist is that we have seen in historic and ancient globalization that in the spirit of competition, man changed the world. Sometimes inadvertently, sometimes intentionally, often brutally. That's a quote from the Columbian Exchange. But now, the second half of the course is looking at contemporary globalization. And connected to contemporary globalization, we want you to talk about that paradigm shift away from individualism towards collectivism. We want you to talk about that paradigm shift away from competition towards cooperation. So I believe that second sentence up here holds it together. Only in the spirit of cooperation can man preserve the fragile remains. So this may not be the source that you have to begin the essay, but this is the idea that we'd like you to explore. This is the second half of the course. The paradigm shift, the cooperation instead of competition, and the idea of the fragile nature of the biosphere. So if you're trying to see the big picture, this is the umbrella that the big picture hangs underneath. So once again, in the past, we've already created one essay about international relations, about the strong do what they can, the weak suffer what they must, but we didn't answer the last part of the essay. So what? So where do we go from this? And that so what, where do we go from this is answered to some extent in that second sentence. Only in the spirit of cooperation can man preserve the fragile remains. So if this isn't the essay prompt that you get, this is an example argumentation you could use to finish up your essay. So as we studied the struggle between economics and environmental concerns this morning, an umbrella that fits under is this argumentation here. So definitely an argument you could use in your essay in 3 weeks on the final exam. And we're going to continue with our look at sustainability now. So before the lunch break, we looked at some issues with deforestation. And tomorrow we're going to have the opportunity to use Chromebooks to kind of go a little bit deeper down some of those rabbit holes. We looked at the Amazon, we looked at British Columbia, but an area of the world that is much maybe more topical this time of the year is California, in the sense that it seems like every year they have devastating wildfires. So I'd like to go to California next. I wish I had my California flag, but I guess I'm not a store trying to sell some cheap California clothing. So I can't put a California flag up to give us reference here, but we're going to go to California and look at the case study of climate change and the wildfires there.